Here I am live at 5. You know what we're going to do? We are getting ready to break on through. Brandon Yeti is here, and that's a good thing, Brandon Yeti, because I am doing the top 10 that you requested. Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is yet, though. How you like my shirt? I got this from Malcolm Tent. Yeah, let me... Oh, shit. About to fuck things up. Look at that. That's a shirt right there, bye. I want to go on record as saying that I wore a GG Allin shirt before the biopic came out. Good gosh, man. The GG PhDs, their heads are going to explode. Me, somebody who was kind of part of... I mean, I was there. I was in there. No one consulted me, but I'm not butthurt about it. What were you going to talk to everybody? You going to make a 14-part miniseries on GG Allin? Sex Pistols was what? 10 episodes? 4 episodes? I don't know. You know what? I wish I could remember who that was that said when I said something on the GG Allin page. He goes, "Checks out." I wish I could remember who that was, because I would love to monitor that son of a bitch's reactions when all this is going to happen. My prediction is probably going to be a steaming turd, but you know what? As long as Merle got a good payday, I don't care. Man, what the hell ever. I thought John Lydon made too much of a big deal about that Pistols documentary based on Steve's book. All he did was advertise for it. Every time he said something about it, he advertised for it. And it didn't change what we know about the Pistols. You know, what we knew all along. It didn't change that. It didn't change anything. Now it's... I mean, look, people's attention span now is so short, man. It's like, what, people talked about it for like 2 weeks? And then it's like, what are you talking about? You know? No big deal. This will be the same. I see Pantera did their first show. And guess what? They did it not giving a fuck when all you guys on the internet were going, "I don't think they should do. I think they should." Man, I love when a lot of people who don't do shit tell people who have been very successful at what they do how they should do it. That makes me laugh all the... It don't even make me laugh. It don't make me laugh. It makes me do this. God. I'm getting really, really tired of Facebook. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of you are already there. I've been there for quite some time, man, but... Metallica put out a new song. Now, I know when you put something out like that, especially when you're as big as those bands, all right? Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a storm of negative comments and remarks, reviews, and all that. But I can guarantee you the good outweighed the bad. I mean, look, I'm not a Metallica fan. I liked one album by them. It was called Kill 'Em All. I could have that one, and I'm good. I don't even have it. Yeah, Ted, I just sat back and watched it. But, man, sometimes I'm just like, I could be doing so much more with my time than watching these assholes and their comments, especially when they make posts that are this damn long, man, with all their facts and their figures. Oh, when it's political, it's even worse. Back in 1722, it was said that, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I learned everything I know off Facebook. Whatever. I got to clear something up. I actually had something to just blow up in my face last week. And some of you may be wondering, what the damn you got to tell us something? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm in the process of telling you. I advertised that we will be doing a People's Choice set list recording for a record that we want to put out in conjunction with the 40th anniversary show. And I said we'd pick 10 people. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I did not, I was not ready at all for how many people would respond. I was like, ah! I was like, that many people want. I wish that many people wanted to come see us live. But here's what happened. I was overwhelmed with the amount of people wanting invites. But the thing that really got me was like, man, a bunch of people live so far away, and I don't know, and I wrote some. You do realize this is happening in our town, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, man, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. I was like, and man, I try not to complain about stuff, especially interaction with the audience, because if there was no any interaction, then I really have something to complain about. But I have a lot I got a lot to be thankful for as far as our audience that is very dedicated to us. It's a small following, but it's very dedicated. And I've even had road crews and people from much bigger bands than us say, ANTiSEEN fans are like, in there. They're in there for the long haul, And but sometimes, man, I get some ridiculous request. I mean, like for instance, let's say Rose Tattoo makes it over to the United States, and I'm going to go see them. My plan, the first 14 times they were scheduled, I was going to go see them in Columbus, Ohio. But let's just say I'm on the way, and my car breaks down. What am I supposed? I mean, am I going to text or email Angry Anderson? Hey, Angry Anderson, man, I was on my way to see you, and my car broke down, man. I really need some funds to get up there to see. That's not his problem. It's not his problem. Especially since he came from Australia. And I can't make it from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's my problem. But I actually had people asking if all expenses would be paid. At that point, I just said, abort! I took that post down, man. I was talking to the members of the band. I was like, man. I was talking to a friend of mine, Jeff Williams of Stop Talking. And I was like, man, break on through next week. I'm going to be mean as hell. He was laughing because he knows how I get. He's known me long enough to see how I get. People used to see me get that way a long time ago. I've calmed down quite a bit. But here's what's going on. A little backstory. There was a record that came out in the 70s called AC/DC Live at the Atlantic Studios. And it was them playing in front of a very small audience, so that and it was a promotional thing that they were just sending around to radio stations and I guess magazines and stuff, and we were going to try to do, because see, man, we're the kind of band, I don't know if all you bands are out there are like this, but man, we have closed practices. We don't allow people to our practices. But if the rare occasion happens that we do allow someone in there, all it takes is one person. And we are in performance mode. So our goal was, hey, you know what, we're going to do this record of all these deep cuts, because we conducted a poll on the ANTiSEEN page asking what songs people want to hear. You know, and people, it's not going to be Queen City Stomp, Fuck All Y'all, Ruby, and you know, the things that people know we play every single show. It's not going to be that. It's going to be the deep cuts. And Malcolm went through the process of tallying up all that and deciding which ones would, and he gave me the highest ranked ones, and I put them in a set list, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to record the record, but we wanted it to be a performance, not just us running through those damn songs, you know, like running a drill or something. We wanted it to be a performance. Now, here's what I am going to do. Some of you that really made a strong case for coming, I'm going to invite you. But see, I'm not going to count on that, because I was thinking what would probably happen is we invite 10 or 15 people and they're all so far away, and like only 2 of them show up. I mean, we know plenty of people here that would come do this. You know, I mean, what are we going to do? Like 14 songs. What's that, a cozy 24 minutes? So it's not that the ones of you that wanted to come are not welcome to come. You are. But we don't have the date nailed down yet. And we'll have that soon, because we're going to be in January soon enough. So I hope I cleared that up. Hope y'all ain't too mad at me. Mm. 40-year anniversary show. September 30th. 2023. Ground Zero. Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now I got a little bit of splashback on that one too, man. Oh, we think it should be in Charlotte. Well, you know, there's a ton of reasons why it's not going to be in Charlotte. Well, damn, Jeff Clayton, you got to sit there and tell me every reason. Well, no, I don't. I don't have to tell you any reason. This is the decision we made, and this is what we're sticking to. It's no slight on any club or anyone in Charlotte. It's just why we felt like we needed to do. Will says, why not New London? Oh, do you think we didn't consider New London? Man, my cousin offered to let us use their property. And we started thinking about, man, you know, we'd have to rent toilets. We'd have to build a stage. We'd have to get a generator. We'd have to bring in the sound, and we'd end up paying way more than we're probably ever going to make on it. So, yeah. And plus, I didn't want a bunch of you damn berserkers from all over the world tearing up my cousin's damn property. Mondo brings up something. Bands with digital print. You know what? As soon as I made that announcement, do you not think I got hit up by bands? Hey man, you need to put us on an opening slot there, son. So in 40 years, from 1983 to 2023, 4 decades, you're assuming we don't know any bands, that we don't have some people that, you know, maybe helped us a lot along the way, that we would like to give that slot to. So your band that I've never ever heard of, I've never heard of you, and that's no slight on you. I've just never heard of you. I don't got my finger on the pulse of what's going on. I've never heard of you, and you ask me if you can get that slot. Well, if I was even considering it, there's a few questions I'd have to ask you. How many people you think you're gonna draw? Oh man, my girlfriend, my cousin's coming, man. He's got a girl, he's got an old lady he's gonna bring. Couple guys I work with, if they can get off, they're gonna be there. You know, that ain't gonna get it, son. That's like hanging a flyer up in your house and going, a lot of motherfuckers come up in here now. That's the same thing. You don't think we know people? That we've got people that work with us, and maybe people that we just, we like, we know their band and we like them. Hey, buddy of mine of 30-something years that has a really good band. You know what, man? I would like for y'all to open for us at the 40th anniversary. But man, this other band that I've never even heard of, and I don't know anybody in the band, they ask, and I think I need to go with that. Woo! But as the show gets closer, the opening groups will be announced. The meet and greet will be announced. The hotel, actually, the guy that runs and owns and runs Ground Zero, Mick Minshow, on my post about the original post I made on the ANTiSEEN page, he already put information there about a hotel that all you got to do is mention Ground Zero and you get your room for $99 a night. I'm gonna tell you what, there's nowhere in Charlotte that you would stay for $99 a night. Well, yeah, there is, but you may not have a car when you come outside in the morning. Yeah, there you go. All right. Back in 2008, black trash and white trash combined to form gray trash. A tour with Blowfly, the original dirty rapper, and ANTiSEEN. Lawmakers, trend makers, they toured together. Man, ain't no way this guy... Yeah, it did happen. It was one of the most incredible experiences we ever had as a band, only to be marred by me getting as sick as I have ever been on the road. So bad that when we were in Eugene, Oregon, the band was already at the club, set up, selling merchandise, sound checked, Blowfly sound checked. I still wasn't there. One of the guys came and checked on me, and he went back and gave a report. He's like, man, he ain't playing no show tonight. So then my brother, who was playing with us at the time, he came in and says, wake up. Get up. And I'm like, well, what do we need? He said, man, we're going to the hospital. And it was a good thing, because I had bronchitis that had just turned into pneumonia. Been a few times in my life I've gotten really sick, and I thought, well, this might be it. And that was one of them. That might have been the first one. So the next few shows, man, I'm doing them in a complete daze of super strong antibiotics, and they made my face break out in blisters on my lips, and they were cracked, and I was wearing bandages on my face. I looked like a mess. And they would just, I wouldn't even go to the shows until it was time for us to go on. In Seattle, they sent a car for me. They opened the door. I walked straight from that car to the back stage door and walked straight on stage, and we started playing. Surreal. But other than that, the times I did get to hang out with Clarence Reed and Norwood Fisher and Greg Bell and our old pal Tom Bowker, the times we did get to enjoy it, it was incredible. But anyway, why I'm even bringing that up is because the original tour shirt from then, I am doing a pre-order on that until December 18th in our store, Big Cartel. And man, it's incredible how many times I got to explain what a pre-sale is. It's like I never did it. I'll sell them from a couple days ago until the 18th. Whatever I've sold as of the 18th, I'll take the shirt down and I will order what's been bought. And then I'll get them printed and they'll send them to me and I'll send them to you. That's how it works. I've had people tell me, man, I'll buy some once the run is done and you got them. I'm not doing a run, man. Okay. Whatever. What do I know? I don't know nothing. I imagine there's going to be a Tent Talks Tunes tomorrow night. I think I know what he's going to talk about. And if I'm correct, I may jump in on there with him. I'm not going to spoil it. Malcolm, are you here? Can you tell me? Is it what you said you were going to talk about? And if you want me on, I'll try to make it. I guess Malcolm's not here today. But anyway, Tent Talks Tunes tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Malcolm Tent Facebook page. Man, the only reason we're still on Facebook is because of our hustles. I got to hustle the band. I got to hustle, break on through. I got to do like that, man. It's just like everyone has an opinion and everyone's entitled to their opinion. But damn. Some people don't see it that way. Oh, you're entitled to Nope, it's what I think, and what I think alone. That's what I do. That's what I say. It's the way it's got to be, and that's the way it will be. That's the way they are. And I'm not just talking about people who are like on the other side of the issues. You know what I'm talking about? Man, people on my side of on the issues, what I think. I've been piping up and answering. I was like, yeah, it's true that happened. And guess what? Nothing is going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. There's a certain faction of this country, a certain side, a certain team, and they are exempt from justice, fair play, or anything. They're untouchable. Do anything they want. Just like I'm unimpeachable, they're untouchable. Sit around and gripe about it all. You get conspiracy theory of this, conspiracy theory of that. You can do it all day long, man. It don't matter. It does not matter. The only way I know how to do it, man, is at the voting booth. But you know what? I seriously starting to consider whether that's even a viable option. But the other viable option I can't talk about on here because this show will be zapped. Let's just leave it at that. Janus Blythe, who played Ruby in The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes 2, was also in Eaten Alive, The Incredible Melting Man, Phantom of the Paradise, Black Oak Conspiracy. Lots of other stuff, lots of TV, everything, man. She's got a deal going for the holidays. It was Black Friday, but now it's holidays, where she's selling one of her t-shirts, which I designed, 2 of her autographed photos, and 3 vinyl stickers for one low price. Man, go to her page on Facebook, Janus Blythe Scream Queen. If you're interested in that, you'd be helping out a really nice lady, and you will get some cool shite for your well-earned, for your hard-earned cash. Y'all ready for a top 10? Man, I felt like I've been griping the whole time. Have I been griping the whole time? Damn, this time has flown by, man. I feel like I've just been like... I gotta speed up a little bit because there's some shit I want to talk about on here. I'm going to give you one of my favorite vocalists, and you can say, "Oh, well, what category? Male vocal, female?" Man, I don't do that. I just do my favorite vocalist, and some of my favorite vocalists just happen to be women. We lost one this past week in Christine McVie. She was one of my favorites of all time. And here's another one of mine, top 10 of Amy Winehouse, who is also no longer with us. Man, I guess it was the early 2000s, right? When I'm bad about remembering some years, but I was seeing her name everywhere. I was like, who? I was saying to the girl I was seeing at the time, I was like, who the hell's Amy Winehouse? And she's like, you don't know who Amy Winehouse is? I was like, no. I see her name everywhere, though. And I think she showed me on YouTube and played the video for Rehab. And I was like, that young girl sounds like that? I was a fan ever since. Unfortunately, she was not able to put out a huge catalog. But I'm going to give you my top 10. I'm going to start with number 10. Stronger Than Me. Stronger Than Me, number 10. Number 9. Love is a Losing Game. I mean, I'm pretty sure she wrote like a big percentage of her lyrics. I mean, I'm sure she had, writers on some of the stuff. But, and I hate to say this, like, oh man, you think because you're like almost 60 years old, yeah, but for a girl her age, she wrote really deep things, deep, heartfelt subjects. A real good perspective and able to put pen to paper and, make it happen. Because there's a lot of stuff, I mean, I can't do that on. Number 8, You Know I'm No Good. And yes, Brandon, she's in the 27 Club. A lot of great artists, man, checked out at 27. She was just, she's one of them. Big loss for music. Number 6, He Can Only Hold Her. And the first time I heard this, man, something really grabbed my ear about it because it had a, newer music. And I may be talking about stuff 20 and 30 years old now, but they would lift what they call samples out of stuff, or they would just redo it using it, and it was a song that I was just like, man, I know that song. Turns out, I got to give you some backstory on this. Back in high school, when we were buying and trading records all over the place, I got this record in one of my trades called The Genius of Jimi Hendrix. Now, I didn't know that this was not an official Hendrix release. I didn't think it had Jimi Hendrix's name on it. His face was on the cover. That's all I needed to know, man. I got me a Jimi Hendrix album right here. But it was one of those kind of public domain, maybe even foreign pressing, where they really don't give a shit about copyrights and stuff like that. But it didn't have any of his big hits. It didn't have any of his reprise album tracks, the stuff he's known for. But it was all, I guess it was, a bunch of it might have been session work. But there was a song on there called She's a Fox. And man, I loved that song. I still love it. I love that song. I would love to do it in the Jeff Clayton dimension when we get rolling back, which I'm going to bring that up again in a minute too. But it was by a guy named Lonnie Youngblood. And apparently Hendrix was playing the guitar on this track. And you can look up Jimi Hendrix, She's a Fox on YouTube, and it'll pop right up, man. If y'all want to hear some really good kind of rock heavy, not heavy rock, but rock heavy influenced soul music, listen to this. And they even use the old early 70s slang that was used by black guys in school. Used to, like, there's a part in the song where it goes, at the end, she's a physox now. See, they used to do that, and I remember that from a long time ago. I don't think that took on with the whole world and became part of culture, but that's in there. It's a fantastic song, but it's the main riff of it is in He Can Only Hold Her, number 6. Number 5, Back to Black. Man, that whole album, the Back to Black, we mean Back to Black. That's easy to know, Back to Black. That's one of those, that was her second album. I'm sure she did singles and all before the Frank album. But man, that's one of those albums that's just like perfect from start to finish. Like I could never put it on and just listen to a couple songs. I'd always start it, flip it, let it go again, I love it. And number 5 is the title track, Back to Black, for me. Number 4, when I was thinking about she did singles, she did a lot of B-sides, and I guess she covered a lot of ska music. Some of her stuff even has a ska feel to it. She did at least 2, I know, made popular by the Specials. Hey Little Rich Girl, and my number 4, which is the Specials did it, but it was originally done by Toots and the Maytals. I don't know if they were the originators of it, but they did a version that became really popular called Monkey Man. And if it's got monkeys or apes, I'm about it. So, and I really love her version of it. Number 3, Valerie. Valerie. Now, some of y'all have never really heard her, and you think, damn, Jeff Clayton must be going off the deep end here. What are you talking about? Find the Back to Black album and just let the whole thing play. Just let the whole thing play. Number 2, The Way I Discovered Her, from this song, Rehab. Brandon, Valerie's your number 1. It's a great song, isn't it? But my number 1, and man, I think this is a perfect song. The feeling that she puts through in this just is amazing to me. And I think it's a perfect song. Tears Dry on Their Own. And that's on the Back to Black album. Well, there you go, Brandon. That's my Amy Winehouse top 10. Now, you know what? I skipped one. I skipped number 7. It was her cover of Our Day Will Come off the Lioness album. Now, Lioness was a posthumous record that came out after she had passed. I don't know if it was what she intended. I don't think it was. I think it was just, I hate to say it, but I'm sure it was just a record label money grab. But there was some good stuff on it. And one was that cover of Our Day Will Come. Man, I had to write today's top 10 on a post-it note. That's why I didn't see that. Oh, my main Captain Catastrophe from over in the beautiful country of Belgium. He's got a lot of hats he wears. Stuntman, band member, ANTiSEEN merchandise guy, TV star. Now he can add author. He has just put out this book about his time with the band, him and his brother's band, the El Guapo Stunt Team. Now, it's written in Belgianese, so I can't really read. There's a little bit in English. But if you need any more reasons to get it other than the fact that it's a fantastic book, well, look at there. El Guapo Stunt Team t-shirt. Congratulations, Christian. It was a wonderful project. Thank you for sending me one. Thank you for including us in the book. There's a story about our first time seeing them. If you guys know anything about El Guapo Stunt Team or Captain Catastrophe in particular, his main gimmick is catching himself on fire. We've had him introduce us before on fire, and it was the first time we'd ever met. I think he and I had probably corresponded a little bit through letters and stuff prior to this, but you know, this guy is getting ready to catch himself on fire. I'm thinking that's how you end the show. That's how they started the show. So I sat in the dressing room, I figure I'll go out about 20 minutes into their set and I'll watch the last bit and see the fire gimmick. Well, I missed it. completely. He comes in there, man, still smoking off the flame. Hey, did you see it? I was like, no, man, I missed. He's like, I'll do it again at the end of the show. I'm like, okay. It's like, I'm not going to miss it this time. Guy putting himself on fire 2 times in a row for my benefit. Yeah, I'm going to catch it. And he was incredible. He's been a lifelong friend ever since. Matter of fact, the Break On Through Studios was once named the Captain's Quarters because he stayed here. I guess if he comes back next year to the anniversary show, he'll stay here again. I also want to thank my main Dennis Highland, Jackhammer Music, Future Hate, for sending me this wonderful Simeon gift I know y'all are saying, well, damn, what is that? A damn oblong record? No. It's a. What was this even properly called? It's not a laser disc. You would stick the entire. It's almost like a very flat 8-track. You would stick the entire cartridge in to the thing, and it would play this floppy disk that's inside of it, and it's the whole movie. 1 hour and 52 minutes. This did not take this format did not take off very good. But look at that, man. This is in pristine shape. I mean, look at that. It looks like the day they damn thing came out. So thank you very much, Dennis. I enjoy the hell out of these old format things, betas, that kind of stuff. Kelly Hellstrom sent me a beta or a VHS. Man, I had it right here. I was gonna hang it up with my reel-to-reel tapes, but of Mighty Joe Young. Thank you, Kelly Hellstrom. Man, I love the gifts y'all send me. Well, right over there it is, right there. It's in the pile of stuff that has yet to be mounted or given a home here in the Break On Through Studios. You're saying, well, you got to show it. Well, I did. I did a tour of the whole thing. It was still kind of under construction. Still kind of is. It's like a constant work in progress. It's like a museum. And museums change all the time. But I tell you what, don't you go changing. You come and see me every Tuesday. I will try to have something interesting to talk to you about. Thank you for giving me top 10 ideas. I got quite a few really good ones over the last couple days, and I'm going to do them. Keep those coming in, man, because I seriously do not know what y'all want to talk about. And as you found out after listening to me for almost 3 years now, I can talk about just about anything. I know a little bit about a lot of shit. I don't know a whole lot about anything, but I appreciate you guys showing up and still listening to me and still wanting to come on and break on through with me a little bit. And please, if there's any stories you want me to retell or tell in the first place, let me know. And I'll block out a section. Like sometimes when I'm in mid-show and someone goes, "Hey man, you need to talk about the recording of Eat More," and I'm just like, "Well, that's a whole damn show, man. I can't just like give you a paragraph on that one, and it make any sense. Like some stuff we got to devote the whole time to. I don't mind if we went over it again. I don't expect any of you to go back to show number 1 and watch all the way through just to find out what the hell I talked about. One guy said one time, man, it's cool when you talk about something you've already talked about because you remember things different. You add things that you forgot the first time, and that is true. Sometimes just talking about stuff brings up more memories, more details. So, anyway, you guys have a great week. If you're the praying type, or if you're just the type that sends out them good vibes to folks, how about we all send a little something out to Barry Windham? In a bad way right now. Give what you got. That's all we can do. Take care, everybody. See you next week here on another exciting adventure on Break On Through.